All right, what is up, tycoons? What's up, traders? Super excited for today's video. We're going to go over the T chart. All right, we're going to look at our current setup, go over some of the major levels right here, as well as the current chart pattern that we have trying to form right now, known as an inverse head and shoulders. We're also going to take a look at the RSI. All right, this is a viewer request. So if you want to see your token or your cryptocurrency in the next video, all you got to do is comment down below. I do these viewer requests every week, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. With that being said, right before we start the video, of course, the content provided in this YouTube channel is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, or investment advice. I'm not a registered financial advisor or broker. Trading in stocks, bonds, commodities, cryptocurrency involves a significant risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Be sure to read through the full disclaimer. Now, we'll go ahead and get into the key levels and some of the things that I'm watching currently that are developing. All right. So, as I mentioned, we do have a left shoulder here. We've got a head, and we're putting in a right shoulder right now. Now, this pattern can be invalidated easily if we continue to drop lower. All right. So it's just forming right now. It hasn't been confirmed. Ultimately, our neckline is going to be this trend line right here. If we can get above this neckline and through this small supply zone here, which is simply an area where there's an imbalance of sell orders, it's kind of like resistance, but rather one specific price level, it's going to be a zone. Okay, so if we can, break out past our neckline here and also the supply zone, then we can possibly come up and hit our bullish price targets of 0.065 as well as 0.0753. All right, now there's a lot of work to be done before we get to there. One thing I do want to note is our RSI. This is your relative strength index. It's going to measure the relative strength of a token at its given price. And so what we can see is we actually just broke this trend line here. We got a nice break, retest. And so if we do continue to push back down, we really preferably want to see a bounce here and then a continuation back upwards. All right, if we fall below this range, it's going to be a pretty bearish signal, and most likely we're going to be coming down and testing this demand zone here right around 0.03, or potentially heading back lower to a previous demand zone that we had in the past where we consolidated at right around the 0.02 region. Okay, so we could be seeing a big drop if any of those things happen. All right, now above there we have 0.034. That's going to be a big support level. You can see we had a quick liquidity grab right here, okay, because this was a major area of support. And so market makers, algos, things like that, what happens is, they're trying to push price higher. They know a lot of people have stop losses in this region. So what happens is the orders right here, they push price below and they fill those stop losses. So whenever you get stopped out, and your order sells, there's always another end on the side of that order, right? Someone purchasing, someone buying that. So a lot of times the whales will come in and oftentimes push price lower, or algos push price lower to grab that liquidity to push price back upwards. That's oftentimes why you get stopped out of a play and then you see a sharp move to the upside afterwards. And hopefully that kind of briefly explains that situation to you. Now we are falling below currently our 0.0399 support level. So, we want to ultimately get back above there and flip that to support and try to push higher. Above there, we have 0.0459. All right, that's going to be another really key area. If you take a look here, all right, you can see here that we are also grabbing a lot of liquidity, all right, at these levels. There's lots of wicks up above, all right, and, essentially filling a lot of sell orders and, to push price back down. So a lot of people got stuck, purchasing market orders, and then price drove up whenever they filled and entered in these market orders. And you can see that, price did not stay there very long, actually went back down. So they were grabbing liquidity for the sell side. Okay. That's kind of how things work. So it's going to be interesting to see. We should see here within a couple days or possibly even a couple weeks if we're going to get this inverse head and shoulders to play out and take us up towards our bullish price targets. Remember, we've got to break through that overhead supply zone and our neckline here as well, indicated by this trend line right here. And ultimately, we want to see the RSI continue to stay above this trend line. And if we do come down to bounce off of that trend line, as it did here previously, if we break below that trend line, then there's a strong chance we're going to test this demand zone as well as potentially even this one as well. These are areas of liquidity, all right, where, market makers are going to be pushing price lower if they want to drive price lower ultimately for some new buy orders These are going to be areas of interest where price is going to be gravitated towards, as well as the one up above. So keep an eye on all of the key levels that we just went over in this video. If you enjoyed it, you want to see your token, your crypto in the next one, all you got to do is comment down below and I'll be happy to make a video on it as soon as I can. With that being said, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'm out.